Book of Blood is a brand new Hulu original flick, and it is based on the works of Clive Barker. Now, this was adapted at one point and is an anthology film, and I did watch that, and I remember liking it. And I was told, now I have not confirmed this, but I was told that this film was getting some pretty poor reviews. So I went into it going, oh no, bummer. Hulu made some, because they have the Into the Dark series, and most of their Hulu original horror movies that I've seen are mostly all just kind of blah. So when I saw that, I was like, oh no. And I said, I'm going to watch this one, and this is technically an anthology film, but it all like ties together, and we'll get to that. But yeah, I'm definitely not with what I was hearing there, because I thought this movie was pretty damn good. I really enjoyed this. I thought this movie was pretty fucking dark. I thought that it was pretty unique. I thought it had some really interesting imagery, some really fucked up moments where I was like, damn, dude. Like, it actually, like, when it was happening, I was like, damn, dude, wow. Like, there's one scene in particular towards the end that it was like, oh, what the fuck kind of moment, and then like the reveal of what had happened and why this was going to take place, and when it's revealed what is happening and the reaction of this, I was just like, dude, that's dark. That's some dark shit right there. Um, and the film does feel very Clive Barker esque at times. Now, I'm no Clive Barker aficionado by any means. I only really know anything of his from his filmography, whether he wrote it, directed it, had any involvement in it at all, whether it be Rawhead Rex or obviously Hellraiser or Lord of Illusions or what have you, Nightbreed, whatever. Um, I I thought that the segments were very engaging. I was entertained by them. I was kind of unsettled a little bit by certain things that happen within. There's about 3 segments in all. There's like a wraparound, but it's like a wraparound that connects to everything, so it's like a real wraparound. But they are all intertwined, and the way that they come together, I thought was great. I thought the ending was was really dark, and kind of just left me sitting there like, huh, fuck, all right. Like, I was, yeah, wow, ow, wow. It's just one of those kinds of endings. And yeah, I don't know what, I don't know what the gripe would be with this one. Um, I was kind of trying to figure that out after, like, what would people not be digging about this one? As far as like a plot synopsis, I don't really know what to say here, except for there's a dude who's shaken down, and he gives this dude information on a book that could make him a lot of money, so he goes out searching for it. The Book of Blood, of course. And while he's out looking for it, we get these 2 other stories, and as I said, they connect. And the ending of both of those stories are great. And I thought the setup for those stories was really good, and kind of the lead ins and all that stuff. I really enjoyed all of this. I really enjoyed, you know, every segment and how they tied, all that stuff. I mean, I've already said all that, but yeah, man, it's got a great tone to it. It really flows well, and it's one of the better anthologies. It's hard to even call it an anthology, but that's technically what it is, so that's what I'll go for. It's definitely one of the better anthologies that I've seen in a while. So yeah, I don't know, kind of reminded me of maybe a little bit of like a Southbound, or um, it's a real dark movie. It's a real dark movie. I don't want to make it seem like it's like super gory, because it's not super gory, but it's just kind of like disturbing content. And there's some twists and turns in it that I did not see coming, and they just kind of left me sitting there feeling, you know, unsettled. Like, wow, that just happened. Okay, fuck. you know. But anyways, yeah, Book of Blood, cool flick. I just think it'll be an overlooked film of the year. I just have a feeling this is one that a lot of people are just going to skip over. And I think that has to do with Hulu. Like, people don't, for some reason, Hulu originals just seem to go unnoticed. I almost never hear anybody talking about any Hulu originals. So Hulu needs to kind of step up their advertising game or something, because I just feel like all these get overlooked. And Hulu has some pretty cool originals. So I don't know. This is a big success for me, but maybe the people, here's the thing too. Maybe these are like Clive Barker fans, like people who read the books and all that stuff, and they're like, "Oh, this is nothing like," and all that. I could see. You know how book people are. Nothing's ever the book, and movies suck, and whatever. Those kinds of people, I couldn't give a fuck about. I just don't care. Like, if you can't detach yourself from the book for the film, then fucking stop watching movies that are, adaptations of books that you love. Like, you have to disconnect them. You just have to. They're not the same medium. They're not going to be told in the same way. They're never going to live up to how you saw them in your head. It's just not going to fucking happen. And I'm so tired of it's never as good as the book. Dude, that's because you were the director in your mind, and you got to cast everyone perfectly, and that you saw everything the way you wanted to see it, and no one could ever put to film that very version you put in your head. But here's the thing, you already fucking saw that version in your head. Like, don't you want to see somebody else's artistic spin on it? Don't you want to see like what I got from that? I've always had this idea that you should take this short story, give it to 9 different directors, give them the same budget, and let them just kind of make their own version of it, 10 minutes apiece, and make it into a feature-long anthology of like 9 different takes of the same story. And just shows you how drastically different everyone's vision is. And that's what I like to see adaptations do. I don't want them to go so drastically away from the source material that we're not even close to the heart of what it is. But just different interpretations is very interesting to me. If I've already read the book myself going, that's how I saw it. And then I watch somebody else's interpretation of it and what they put to film and what they change. And I'm like, wow, okay, that's the change they made. Oh, that's cool. Or like, oh, I kind of disagree with that. I liked it like this. Anyways, I'm rambling at this point. I do have a feeling these are Clive Barker fans, freaks or whatever, and they're just like, oh, nothing will be Barker. Maybe he didn't sign off on the movie and they're pissed about that. Maybe there's some controversy I don't know about, but this is a good flick. So I'm going to defend it. I say watch it. Let me know if you do. Adios.